Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Vortex, where lies and falsehoods are trapped and exposed. I'm Michael Voris. There's a secret attack going on against religion, and it's being launched by the bishop's favorite Catholic, the one their silence helped get into the Oval Office. For everyone who thinks Congress and the White House and the courts are three co-equal branches of government, then you must be living in a state that has legalized pot. The imperial presidency is running amok in a war against God, which is to say more specifically Christianity and directly Catholicism. The executive branch, meaning the president and all his cabinets and all those departments, wield enormous power, and they're able to use that power almost secretly through an instrument known as Notice of Proposed Rulemakings. What that translates down for all of the non-bureaucrats out there is this. Of the millions of rules and regulations that exist, which began with Congress or the White House, each executive department is able to go into those rules and amend them. That means redefine, broaden, narrow the scope, and so forth. In order to do that, they first drum up a change. Then they serve notice that they will be having public hearings, which give the public a chance to offer their input. The media never really cover any of this because they're in bed with Biden and like his changes. They actually support them. So the public doesn't really hear about these meetings, and even if they did and they showed up, they'd get the polite thank you, and then they'd be ignored anyway. So what almost no one knows is just how many of these notices of proposed rulemakings are going on, and then that the rules are being changed, with religion getting screwed severely in the process. For example, and there are many, there are currently not one, but two proposals in place aimed directly at violating the conscience rights of workers at religious hospitals. Health and Human Services, the HHS, will soon require them to perform abortions and gender reassignment surgery. Those types of rules have already been rejected by federal courts on the grounds of religious liberty being trampled, but Biden and his commie God-hating friends, they don't care. They just keep doing it again. They, unlike most conservatives, just keep battering the wall until it collapses. Of course, this means that healthcare providers and workers will shortly have to choose between their professional obligations and their faith. Yes, of course, it will go to the courts again, and after years of litigation and millions of dollars in legal fees, who knows? Then there are the changes coming via Biden's education department, whereby proposed rules will extend the definition of sex discrimination so that it includes not just speech, but also that could be interpreted, and here is the key, subjectively interpreted as discriminating on the basis of sexual orientation and also identity. If you just say something, you're out. Biden's education bureaucrats are also targeting the religious liberty and free inquiry rule. That's the rule that already exists. It protects religious student organizations at colleges from universities going after them because of their beliefs. While the stated purpose of the existing rule is to protect religious groups from college administrators, saying we don't want you around and you're bad and all that, Biden's goons are turning it inside out and saying that it gives preferential treatment to those students, those religious students, and therefore it needs to be changed, meaning the groups would have to accept members who don't agree with their beliefs. But as the old TV commercial says, wait, there's more. Faith-based social help groups are going to see their efforts greatly curtailed because the government is going to stop giving them money to help with the homeless and soup kitchens and warming centers and all of that if they don't change their religious viewpoints. In short, get in line with the party or get your tax dollars choked off. Screw the marginalized who depend on you for help. There are many other proposed rule changes. Sounds so boring and innocuous, doesn't it? Rules changes. Who cares about that? There's a whole bunch more coming down the pike. This is all being done to marginalize religion and religious beliefs. And what's especially galling for Catholics is it was the silence of the bishops that helped get that walking Catholic cadaver in the Oval Office to begin with. So it will be interesting to see when the money is dangled out in front of them as a carrot, the bishops, What rationalization will they come up with to keep taking it? Remember what they did when the pandemic hit. Never forget that. It's your blueprint. God love you. I'm Michael Voris.